I feel like my dentist tried to ASMR me last time I went there.
Explain what you mean by this.
So she sat down and she started working on my teeth, but then she started whispering. Like as she was working on my teeth, she's like, "All right, let's go ahead and check out back there." And I was like, "What are you whispering? Like, what is this?" And
Ah!
like
No!
I was like, what's going on right now?" And she was like, and she's just like talking, and she's like, "All right, well, it seems like everything's going on over there, but let's try over on this side." And I was like, "Why are you
Dude, this is
talking to me
literally
like
my
this?"
dream. I've had a crush on my dentist for the last, like, 3 years. It's fine, but I'm just saying. It should have been me.
I was like, "Is this, like, accidental ASMR?" Because I could definitely see some people being like, "No, this is the most relaxing thing I think I've ever have happened to me." But I was like, "Why are you doing this?" I was like, "Why are you whispering? Like, what is
Dude,
this?"
it is remarkable. People in everyday life, they don't know what ASMR is. They're just, like, ASMRing each other by accident all the freaking time.
I have a key memory from when I was young. I think I got ASMR'd because I used to like it when people would look in my ear, and my dad used to like do this bit where he'd like look in my ear and be like, "What's in your ear?" And he'd go, "Let me take a closer look." And he'd like lean in and pretend to look, and he'd go, "Roar," make like an elephant noise, like, "You got an elephant in your ear." And I'd be like,
That doesn't
"What?"
sound like ASMR, my guy. I think you're
Well,
gonna have
no,
a
but like,
very bad
no,
ASMR stream if
no,
that's what
listen.
ASMR sounds like to
No,
you.
but okay. Oh, you didn't let me finish. I remember him doing that, and I was like, it's weird because when he like leans in and he like looks in my ear, it gives my brain a tingle, but I didn't know how to like explain it. So I'd be like, do it again, but no elephant noise. And he'd be like, okay. And he like pretend to look in my
I
ear,
definitely
and
have
then I'd be like,
3 Thank you
yeah.
so
And he's
much
like,
for the
what's wrong
prime
with you?
sub. Well, I mean, that's, like, pretty normal, right? Like, the thing is ASMR doesn't have to be sus at all. Like, it's kinda weird how much people consider it sus. You know what I mean?
I didn't think it was sus. I just like, like,
No, but, like,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, it helps calm you down. Like, that's actually, like, a sweet thing for a doctor to do, right? If a doctor is, like, working with kids and kids are nervous, right? Speaking in, like, a soft, whispery voice
Well,
might,
okay,
like
rewind. Because I said my doctor, my childhood doctor, whispered a lot when I was, and everyone called me a freak in here. I very vividly remember that being like, I think I got the ASMR thing because my doctor used to whisper, and everyone was like, "That's weird. That's
everyone
weird." And
I
then
wouldn't have said that. I don't think
you
there's
said,
anything
I
wrong with
swear
that.
to God, you said it. You agreed with them. You went, "That's a little weird, Bo." I swear to chat. You got
Well,
my
I
back
think
on
it's
this one.
weird if you're like, I like ASMR to this day because my doctor used to do it. But I think that like,
But that's where they come from, isn't it? Where the triggers come from? It's like childhood things.
wait, really? I always assumed
Yes,
that it was just like, I don't know, stuff you
I think
like.
it.
Like you
I
just
think
kind
it
of humans
comes.
like it.
I swear I did it comes from, like, childhood things. Like, it has to, right? Because some people are like, "Oh, I really like the" you ever have the thing in school where people would, like, trace on your back, like, a letter, and you'd have to, like, decide, like, what it was?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like, some people have correlated that to being, like, people doing, like, the tracing thing on, like, or, like, face tapping, kinda like ASMR and stuff like that. Like, some people have correlated with it with that, or, like, maybe you had someone draw you at some point, like, in, I don't know, elementary, like, you were the person, they drew you, and, like, that's your ASMR now, is to get your portrait drawn, right?
Well, I just kind of assumed that it was more like you liked it then, you like it now. Like the same reasons why people like to do that when they're kids are the same reasons why they like to do it now. Like it's
But it,
just
like, makes your
ASMR doesn't
brain
really go away.
tingle.
I know, but like it makes your brain tingle no matter what. Like I think that you just kind of get ASMR'd and it's not like a specific thing that causes it, but if you remember, right? The reason it's a selection bias. It's not that it's
Hmm.
like, oh, you like it now because you experienced it then. It's like you remember experiencing it then because it left an impression on you because you liked it, which is probably why you still like it. But you probably still like it because you liked it back then, you know?
I need to figure this out. Like, I need someone to be like, where this came from. Wow, the Wikipedia article.
For
All right.
ASMR?
Let's see. Yeah.
Dude, I
Let's.
love ASMR. It's so nice.
It's great. I like it. Like sometimes I watch it before I go live.
Yeah, no, me too. It's
Yeah.
like
Like I
a
just
really good
relax.
way to I always watch it after I stream.
That's good. That's probably smarter than what I do, where I
Because
watch
then
it
you're falling
before.
asleep on stream. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like to put on ASMR while I'm like brushing my teeth, and but then by the time I get to bed, I'm just like, good night. It is instantaneous. I love ASMR.
So sometimes this is gonna be crazy. Sometimes when I'm writing stuff for like D&D, I'll turn on ASMR in the background and I'll type and I'll be like writing a story as I'm listening to it.
Mhm.
And then like in the middle of it, so I'll have like it on my second monitor and I watch like a lot of like doctor stuff where they're like checking your eyes and like listening to your ear or like, everything like that. For
Yeah.
some reason that tingles my brain. And then I'll like get distracted because they'll be like, "All right, look at me." And I'll just like obey.
Yeah, no, me too. It's so
And
funny.
I
Like,
don't.
why do I feel the need to follow the instructions? They won't
Right.
know.
I don't know why I do it, but I catch myself where it's like they're like, all right, look at me, and I like turn over and look over at the thing, and they're like, all right, now stare past me, and I'm like doing it, and they're like zooming in, like leaning in, like they're looking into your ear or like your eye, I mean, and you're like, wow, this is really relaxing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
ASMR is
I
very
don't like
weird.
wet sounds. Like people talk about
I
like, oh,
hate.
ASMR is gross, whatever.
Ugh.
I think it's mostly the wet sounds that make people think
Yeah.
that. I don't like the
I,
wet mouth sounds. Oh, nope, not my thing. I like
I don't like water in the jar either.
oh, I kind of like water in the jar, but that's
Oh,
different.
dude,
Yeah.
it bothers me so much. I'm like, this is awful. But the moment I do it, it ruins the vibe for me. I'm like, please stop. Like, I don't know
I
why.
like okay, you know when someone has like a 3DO and they put their hands over the ears and
Yeah, they
they're
cup
like
your ears.
yeah, I love that. I like whispering and
Same.
I love the lights. I love when they like have the lights and
The
they're
pin
sort of like
light.
yeah, and they're like moving the light over the screen and they're like follow the light. Now look at my nose.
Yes,
Don't
I
follow the
love
light.
those
I
too, Ellie. I
love those.
love those. And they do
Those
the
are
thing
my
where
favorite.
they're like, okay, my hands are gonna come into screen. Tell me when you see them, kind of thing as well. Or
Yes.
they'll do like the thing where they'll be like, tell me which hand I'm gonna like is moving, and they'll go like, you can say like
It's
left, right,
literally
right.
just Sleepy Time Dora Explorer but for adults.
I remember I got into ASMR because my friends found the video and it made him laugh because he's like, this is so weird. And so he sent me it and we were in a call and I watched it and it was like it was literally a doctor exam. And I was like watching it and I was kind of like, wait a minute, why am I fucking with this? But like he was like, that's fucking weird, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, it's weird. And so I waited for us to like I ended the call early and then I was like, I need to watch all of it.
I feel so bad for people who don't get tingles. Like people bring it up a lot and it's just like a percentage of the population can't and I feel really bad for them.
It's
like
so cool.
it's so nice. It's like if someone was giving you a massage but they weren't there. Like just
Yeah,
like
it's very weird. I didn't know people couldn't get it.
yeah.
I was not
What is
aware of that.
tingles?
Wow.
Okay, so ASMR is a response that you have that seemingly other mammals have as well. So we don't know how far back it evolved, but you probably have noticed if you've ever been like petting an animal and they've been really liking it, right? And they like close their eyes, right? And they're like snuggling up, right? It's really hard to explain what that feeling is, but it happens. It happens in all kinds of mammals. And oh yeah, and some people who do get the tingles don't like it. So I guess the best way for me to explain it is it feels almost like chills, but in like a good way.
I'm
Like I
trying
get
to
like
find.
goosebumps and I like feel it run up my spine.
That's what I have too. That's what it does
Yeah.
with me. But like mine doesn't. I don't know if I don't get goosebumps. It feels like the best way to describe it is a tingle, where it's just like it tingles my brain. Like it doesn't go to my spine. It just makes my brain kind of like okay. I feel like my
Yeah.
brain stops thinking. It's the best way to describe it. For like a brief
Yeah.
moment, the
Your
tingles
brain
just
just
kind of
goes
wash
like
over.
fuzzy and blank. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? I'm just not gonna think anymore. And it just like it's this state of just like my eyes like glaze over, and I'm like, wow, this is what it's like to just not think. This is great, and it's like it's so good. I don't know. I don't know. It's fantastic. It's hard to explain to people that don't like that
Yeah.
haven't tried it or like just haven't experienced it. I don't know, but it's such a
I
nice feeling.
I keep thinking, and I can only really describe it in terms of other situations that give me the same tingles. Because I was like, when someone hugs you really tight and they like pick you up a little bit, and you get that like "Woo!" feeling, like
Yeah.
that's what the tingles are. And then it's like, wait, that's probably the same thing. And people who don't get it probably
Here,
don't get it in that
this
situation either.
there's a video. This is what I've used to like help people. They're like, what is ASMR like for your brain? It's this video of a dog. It's like a German Shepherd, and they're using the head massage on it, and it's going, oh, and they go, does it feel good? And he goes, oh, like that, and they just lose it. And I'm like, this is the best way to describe it because it's just the dog absolutely vibing right now, and it's
Well, wait.
so
I'm pulling it
funny.
up. I'm pulling it up.
But why don't you just? Okay, never mind.
He loves it.
He's like,
I love it so much.
That's like he's literally having the best day of his life. Like the dude is in pure bliss. That is what ASMR like is
That's what
is for
ASMR
us.
feels like.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
just the absolute best for your brain. I wonder if there's gonna be a study to see like if people that listen to ASMR if they live longer. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the thing that always happens. You know what I mean? You know what I
Bo
mean
can't
though?
just like something. He has to also be like, and if you don't like it, you're gonna die.
I didn't say that. I just feels like there's so much stuff where it's like, oh yeah, this thing's new. Let's see if it makes you live longer. It's like scientists found out that if you did this, it makes you live longer. And it's like, oh wow, who would have thought? But like, I
I
just
mean,
feel like it's a
maybe.
go-to thing.